Morning, kids. It's in the morning, so if I have like bags under my eyes and I look like shit, that's why. So, coffee. I love it. And it gets me jacked up in the morning. I put fucking lotion on my face. Makeup! So, good morning. I already said that. I feel like I'm on the Today Show with my cup of coffee. What's going on, Strahan? Yeah, you're a bitch. No, actually, she's nice. Alright, so no script, just kind of going off the cuff here. Wanted to tell you my story. What I realized is that you guys don't really know who the fuck I am or my story. Well, I mean, some of you might kind of from piecing it together if you're like one of my loyal followers and maybe you've watched every single video and I feel like I might have dropped little pieces of the story along the way, but just wanted to formally put it all together for you. So, my story about how I got into bartending and why I'm here and just a little bit more so you guys can know who the fuck I am, I think would be cool, right? Damn it! See, when you're making videos, always turn your phone off. This is the woman. See that song? What's up, hot stuff? Oh yeah? How'd it go? Yeah, take some pills. Anyway, where were we? My story. Okay, to kind of back up a little bit before we get to bartending, right? I'm from the Southern California area. My family's from San Diego. I'm 4th generation San Diegan. So my roots are pretty deep here. However, when I was a little baby, my mom left, and I'll spare you the gory details, but long story short, we ended up in Oregon, and I grew up actually up in Central Oregon for about 15-16 years until right up to high school. But grew up in Bend. One of the things that was awesome was we had this phenomenal mountain in our backyard, my bachelor. So we grew up skiing, and then eventually I got into snowboarding when I was like 14 or so. And one of the reasons I was so fucking pissed when we moved to San Diego, as awesome as it is here, is that I had this whole budding snowboarding career that was happening, and I was actually basically turning pro coming out of high school. Bailed out, came back to San Diego, and right around that high school time, left to go back to the mountains, turned pro for a couple of years, traveled and competed, which was fucking epic, and then I got hurt riding a skateboard, couldn't do it anymore, moved back to California, set up shop here, started going to school, right? Made the smart choice, went back to college. Basically, when I was going to school, I needed to find a job because I had to pay my own way through school, right? So I needed a full-time job that was off school hours where I could make a full-time living. So, I mean, you don't really have a lot of options. You can basically sell drugs, dance on a pole, or you can get into the service industry and work at night. Not really into selling drugs. I mean, that's cool and all, but I'm just kind of against the whole going to jail. Oh, you cute boy, what's your name? Why don't you drop that soap over there? Don't want to do that. As fun as dancing on a pole and having chicks shove dollars down your shorts with you, it's not really my style either. Sometimes, depends how much I've been drinking. She's back. Did you just get a ticket? Oh, you got lucky. Cute chicks, see the shit that you guys get away with? That's retarded. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, going to school. So, don't want to be on a pole, don't want to go to jail. So I looked at going into the service industry, working at night as like a server or bartender. And the way my story goes is it was kind of like what I tell you guys. It just comes down, you have to know somebody to get in somewhere. And there's this killer little place, this little beach bar that a couple of my friends worked at. So I used to go in there all the time, right? Have margaritas and kick it and watch sunset. And there's always hot chicks in there and stuff. So it was a cool place to go. And the bar manager there was this guy who always thought I was cute. Because he was gay, big gay Steve. Be nice to gay people, always, anyway. But you never know when they can open the right door for you. So if you're prejudiced, you need to get your shit straight. So anyway, big gay Steve, he gave me the opportunity to get in. And I was basically just going in there all the time, so he knew me. And one of these days I was sitting there and he goes, when are you gonna start working for us? I said, when you give me a job in the bar. I'm just kind of joking, you know, throw that out there. And he goes, all right, well, so-and-so's leaving. We need a new bartender. I'll hire you. And so it was just kind of like, you know, I didn't really have to do anything because they knew me, right? They knew who I was. They liked me. They knew that I fit in there because all my friends worked there and they know me from that. So anyway, I started working for these guys, worked my way through school for a couple of years, and then left, get a real job. Started working in real estate. Had a business degree, started working in the real estate market 06, 07, something like that, right? Whenever it was booming, whenever it was making $1 trillion, flipping houses and shit. As we all know, my hair looks like it's doing weird shit. check it out, what's going on here? Another long story short, that industry obviously imploded. And so then I was left high and dry without a job. It was kind of a good thing because I realized that corporate world sucks and that's not really my deal. It wasn't, I don't know if it will be later, you never know. But right now or at that time, it just wasn't my thing. So it was kind of a blessing in disguise, and I basically went back to the bartending world. Coffee hasn't sunk in yet. I keep losing my train of thought. So when I was coming back after leaving the real estate world, when I was looking for jobs, that's when I found that little bartending school gig. Taught for about a year or so at the school. And then that's when I realized about all the shiesty stuff that happens at schools, and I won't go into that. You can read about it on the blog, and that's another story in another video. Left that after about a year and then went back to a real bar. And now that's the bar that I'm at now, working at the super busy place. Similar area, beach, and then I've been working there for the last 3 or 4 years, and I'm actually now moving up to become the bar manager there. So not only am I a bartender who's giving you real world experience, who's currently still working every day. I actually have to go to work in like an hour or so here, so hopefully I can wrap this up without talking too long. I should probably turn this on vibrate. So you're also gonna have somebody who's not just a working bartender, but is also a bar manager, just in case you thought I was full of shit. That's kind of my story, and now you know like what it's all about, where I'm coming from, how or why I think I have any knowledge to give you that is worth a shit. And not that I know everything, right? It's not that I'm the best, I'm the only guy you should know or follow or any of that. My point is that this is just my story. I know it works. Generally, from what I've seen and who I've worked with, and I've worked with a lot of people, I'm definitely way more focused on understanding why things work and what works. Like I love sociology, psychology, I love studying kind of the human mind. That's one of the things that I'm interested in, is like behavioral stuff and why people do what they do. So in the service industry job, it's great because it gives me a unique ability to kind of study people. That combined with my just desire to want to help you guys figure this stuff out. And that is basically where we're at today. I'm trying to think what else I should tell you. I'm sexy, well you already knew that. I like to surf, I like to snowboard. I just picked up golfing like a year ago, which sounds retarded unless you golf. See, my hair's doing some weird shit back here, I can see it. One of the things that's great about this industry, I think that's one of the reasons that I've hung around so long in this industry, is that you have a lot of freedom, more than almost any other job I can think of, other than if you own your own business and your own boss. Even then, most people that I know that own their own businesses work 8 hours a week. 8 hours a week? Oh, that'd be awesome if you worked only 8 hours a week, right? 8 days a week, 12 hours a day running their business. As a bartender, it's easy to take time off. I will forego having a job that pays me a little bit more so I can have the freedoms to be able to do what I want. And that's why I love it. And that's basically why I'm still here. All right, this is starting to get long, starting to ramble on. Make sure you subscribe. I'm gonna have about 3 to 5 new videos each week starting in the next week or 2. I promise it's coming! So there you go. Questions, comments, leave them below. And I'll see you next time. Cheers.